Good day. This is Ray. Today is October 17th, 2025. For me, another day of learning and growing. Hope that you, your family, and friends, and loved ones are doing well and staying safe. Besides learning and growing, I've been packing and getting ready to move. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I was just recently promoted, and I will be relocating to a different city, different state. And I've been driving back and forth for the past few weekends, trying to secure a place in the new town, and I have found a place. Plopped down my deposit, signed the paperwork, signed the lease. They're giving me 2 months free, which is great because I'm going to be putting my home on the market mid November, so next month. In a couple weeks, I'll be getting my stuff moved to the new place, and I'll sort of be a hybrid. I'll be working here, but I will be setting up and living in the new location on the weekend. So it's gonna be a little bit tricky. I'm still trying to finalize things there, but should be able to get things worked out. It's been a bit stressful, trying to get my house packed, trying to downsize, get rid of stuff, as much stuff as I can, because I'm going from a 2.5 bedroom townhome to a 2 bedroom, 2 bath apartment. Square footage, maybe a couple hundred square footage lower, smaller than this, but it's a good location. It's close to where I'm going to be working. And I'm looking forward to being in a city. What I'm not looking forward to is moving again, because this is my 11th move, whether it be in state, cross country, to different states since 2005. And as you can imagine, it is taxing. One of the things I really dislike about moving is having to learn a new community and having to build relationships. These past few years, actually, I really hadn't focused on, um, on getting. I'm trying to search for the right word. Necessarily building a community here, which I should have in hindsight. But I've been focused on my health, because back in 2019 I was diagnosed with lupus, in and out of the hospital 6 times in less than 2 years. I stepped down from the role that I'm going back to focus on my health, which I'm grateful for, to be stepping back into this role 6 years later. Actually, never thought I'd have the opportunity to do it again, but everything lined up so that I am. But my goal when I move to this new city is to build relationships, to learn the community, to get plugged in, to have friends there, and to make friends there. And one of the first things I'm going to sign up for is cooking classes, and that'd be a good way to meet new people, to get a chance to learn more about the community, and yeah. So not really looking at this as a second chance, but to really um, open up, and to be more um, available emotionally, at least. So yeah, looking forward to that part of it. Right now, I'm dealing with is stressful packing and trying to move. I got to pause real quick. I'm going to take my medications. It's 5 o'clock. Yeah, so the stressful part is moving. Trying to get adequate sleep, and also trying to get everything in boxes, and get rid of stuff, because I need to downsize with the square footage difference between my place and the apartment. And I don't have much time left. I really got about 2 weeks before it all goes down. And you know, when I'm dealing with pressure, I definitely step up and do what I need to get done. But I hate, having to meet this timeline when it comes this deadline when it comes to moving. But I've got to do what I got to do. I'm fortunate that I work with a company that is paying for the move, and I was given the money up front to be able to budget it properly, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I wish I could show you the behind the scenes of how I'm budgeting, but let's say I'm gonna throw out a number. Let's say I got 15,000 to be able to budget. That means paying for movers. If I'm going to use professional movers, have them pack, or if I'm going to, pack most of my stuff, then that'll, lessen the cost of that. Also paying for deposit on the new place. It will also help pay, for repairs, painting on this place. Um, Possibly, I'm thinking about getting a stove because the stove I have here, it's been here for a long time, and that would be a good selling point. But I was talking to a friend, and they said that person put their house on the market, essentially in the same neighborhood. It was on the market for 1 day, and they were offering the asking price for it. And so I shouldn't have a problem selling this place, but if I have this on the market, let's say for 2 or 3 months, that would be kind of tight. But what I am doing is I'm budgeting for that possibility. The fact that the place that I'm moving to is giving me 2 months free, November, December, and I'm placing my house on the market in November, that gives me a good chance of being able to sell it quickly. If I sell it quickly, great. If I go on for maybe 3 months, 3 to 4 months, then I might have to consider renting out the place instead of selling it. But I am hopeful that because of the area that I live in, that I won't have a problem. We shall see. That's something that I will talk about in the future. I will give my update next week about my progress towards paying off debt. This year has been very consistent. I've been paying off around $1,100 a month, roughly, of my consumer debt, and I'm very close to paying off the last personal loan, which will be a huge weight off my shoulders. That means I'll only have my student loans left. Sorry about this crazy angle that I've got. I'm just sitting downstairs and I'm recording this video. It's yeah, this is stressful. I'm continuing to do my current role as well as try to pack as much as I can, but also again try to rest as much as I can. And when you're doing this YOLO solo, as the kids say, I don't know if they say that. I don't know what the kids say, but trying to get all that done is it's a lot. It's a lot, and driving back and forth hundreds of miles each weekend. For the past I would say about 3 weeks, 3 4 weeks. That's a little bit rough, but I have to do what I have to do in order to make this work. What I'm hopeful for is that going to be a hybrid. Working here, getting situated in a new city, is that I can get everything set up so when I start that new role in the next few months, that I won't have to worry about learning some of the basic things like finding my doctors, getting my tags on the car, um, finding out where I'm getting my medications filled, and learning some of the different areas of the city, and maybe doing a couple things to see see what they have to offer. I like jazz, so I know they have live music there. I'll go check out a venue, see what's happening, and things like that. So, of course, I won't start the cooking classes until around January time, so I'll have a little time for them. But yeah, I definitely want to get out and about, and also start looking at areas of where eventually I want to purchase a home there. And I'm going to wait about a year or so before I do that. Um, you know, Assuming that I sell my home for the price that I want, then I'll be able to pay off the rest of my debts, which will more than likely just be the student loan. And then I can also start to increase my emergency fund to have a full emergency fund, but also to build down payment for a future home. Whether it be, I wait a year or two, that's kind of up in the air. There's a number of factors to consider. What will the interest rates be at that time? How much are the homes in that area? Because the cost of living is lower than where I'm at, and I'm also going to be making more. Um, but I don't want to go crazy and buy a home that wouldn't make sense for me financially. But that's another discussion for another day. I am focused on now and focused on selling a home, focused on getting situated in a new city, learning my um, new role, which is an old role, which has changed over the years. So I have to get accustomed to that. But more to come on that. I appreciate you watching this. If you watched this far, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because I got to make dinner, get ready to get some rest because I'm going to get up and start packing some more. Meet with my realtor tomorrow to discuss the game plan for how we're going to sell this place and all that jazz. But anyway, if you made it this far, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. If you don't want to post my videos, you can find me at youtube.com/at not in my budget. As always, thank you for watching. You all take care.